How you feeling?
You know we blessed, so it's another episode of Bonafide Her podcast featuring Quan that guy. Beep, beep, beep,
How
beep, beep,
you
beep,
doing? How y'all doing? How you doing, man?
you know we blessed. We up here, and it's up and it's stuck.
Blessed,
So
highly favored.
I know that's right. So let's get it started. So Quan, can you let the viewers know like your sports story and how you got to like where you are right now?
Boy, okay. I've been playing ball probably since fifth grade, but I've been it was I fell in love with basketball football first. I'm not gonna lie, I was a wide receiver, quarterback, and I started dunking. I think I was a little bit between both, but around sixth grade, seventh grade, basketball took over. I started dunking. I dunked for the first time when I was 14 in a YMCA game. I'll never forget this. 1 foot dunk. Might have traveled and everything, but it was a very big moment for me. And from that moment forward, I just went hard with basketball. Played AU with a couple prestigious programs here. EA Prep Stars. Shout out to Coach Aaron. Um, I was with Team United for a little bit. Was floating around from different teams, but I ended up at Kennedy Charter. And shout out to Coach Addy at Kennedy Charter, Coach Jermaine Walker. They all gave me a great opportunity there. Kennedy Charter is one of the best high schools I've ever played for, one of the best high schools in Charlotte. Highest scoring team in 2013 out of private and charter schools, according to Max Preps. But I kind of I fizzed out, and I started hanging with the bad crowd. My senior year, I was on a team where we had almost 8 D1 recruits, all um, set to go to school. I was set in this, as well to go D1, go somewhere, and I ended up getting in trouble my senior year. And after getting past that stage and getting past the dumb decision making, I got on the right track. I went back to high school. I graduated through CPCC. Shout out to the AHS program through TPC and CPCC. And I basically went back to college with the Livingstone, and it really helped set the foundation for everything that I'm going through right now, because I basically went back to college and I didn't finish like I wanted to. I'm about to go back now. Ironically, I'm doing online this upcoming semester, thank God. But it set the foundation for me to blow up with a lot of the YouTube and basketball content creation that happened around the 2013, 2012, 2021, and 2022 time. And I basically get paid to put up content on social media, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and it just feels great. My dream was to always get paid to do what I love, and honestly, all the bad decisions and all the bad things that might have happened, also, I'm not regretful of, because they helped shape who I am and help bring me where I am now. But very tumultuous basketball journey that's still not over, um, and that's just the gist of it.
Man, because like you, I will say you are all over, like just very well known. Like I see you having like people having stickers that like, hey, that's Quantic Guy. So, but my question is, how did you get your brand that Quantic Guy? Like, how did it started?
Um, RIP, and shout out to my man Mitch. There's a guy from my neighborhood named Mitch. He ended up passed about 2 years ago in his wife's arms. That was pretty. I think that was a pretty good love story. But he was a really funny guy. Every time he'd see me, he'd be like, but you that guy, Quan, you that guy. And one day he was like, Quan, that guy, and he just always would run with it. And he was seeing me. He seen me one day. I think I had dunked it. I was walking past, because there used to be a basketball court behind my house. I I was coming past. I was talking to him, and I was walking past the court. Some kids were playing. I grabbed the ball. And I just went and dunked it, and I kept talking to him mid conversation. And he was just like, man, you that guy. He ran with it, and I just started going with it. I was like, I like that Corn, that guy. I like that name. So I put forth. I got a little graphic made for it, and I just started wearing it. It just became the brand naturally overnight, honestly.
That's what's up. Like, cause this is like very like you could just it's very like easy to know and stuff. So, and my question is like, as a hooper, um, what kind of got you into being an advocate for women in sports?
Since I was little, I have been a big fan of the Charlotte Sting. Before they left, we had our own WNBA team here. I don't know if anybody knows. I'm gonna give y'all a history lesson, but we had the Charlotte Sting here. and they would do a program in which they would give out a lot of free tickets to the urban kids, kids who couldn't afford basketball games like me at a young age, and kids who just deserve to go to those type of events. And if I'm not mistaken, before I went to a Bobcats or a Charlotte Hornets game, I went to a Charlotte Steams game. I went to a WNBA game, and just that experience. Um, and shout out to Don Staley. Shout out to South Carolina's coach right now. She was our star. So seeing that at a young age, that energy, that big arena, how serious they took that, them in warmups. I've always been an advocate for women's basketball from those moments, and just from my mom. My mom is the part of the reason why I'm so successful on the court. My mom, from the tender age of 4, 5, 6, would take me to the court. We would sit out there for hours on end. She would shoot with me, and she would play with me to the point where it was just ingrained in me to go play basketball. Make sure I go. I'm sorry, it said my got to put my phone on charger, but yeah, it's been ingrained in me from a young age that women are a part of my basketball journey and that women are a part of basketball just as much as men. And she definitely helped pave the way for that mindset.
So, like, how can, hopefully, how can there be more like male support, male athlete support to where they can actually respect and support women's, especially women's basketball?
Um, I, the respect's there for with the right ones. I would say more than anything, inclusivity. So more, I want, and this is something that I've been talking about. I want to include more women with a lot of the events that we do. A lot of these make, like, I want to be the first content creator to include women with my content. I've noticed that a lot of the big content creators, they don't, when they have these 1v1 events, these 2v2 events, they don't have a women's game on the card. I want to be the first person to start putting women's games on my cards, advocating for having. I want to actually, and I've been talking about this. I want to be the first person to have a signed female basketball content creator a part of my, because I'm about to start my own basketball company, and I want to be one of the first people to have a signed female content creator on my team, on my management team. So inclusivity, we have to include more females in a lot of the things that we're doing, a lot of things within culture, to where we just can't deny you guys' presence. That's all.
For sure, because I mean, you know, as a female, I would hope there be more female, like, just be able to get female support for women's sports and to see, like, say, male athletes to support female athletes because we got the fundamentals. We know how to shoot, we know how to play. So, but, and you mentioned the Charlotte's thing. So hopefully they'll be brought back to Charlotte because there is a petition.
Man, I would love that. That was. I really felt like we were we were a good team. I feel like we were still right now. I don't care what nobody say. We were still in the WNBA. We might have we at least went to the championship, if not won a championship by now.
For sure. Who are some players from like women's basketball that that you like kind of like, man, I love her game. Like I respect her hustle, whether it's past or present.
Oh man, yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna go back far too. So I'm in the middle. I'm what you call a tweener. I'm old, but I'm young at the same time. But definitely we're gonna start off with Don Staley, just off the strength of hometown hero for me personally. I ironically am from North and South Carolina, and so she has the South Carolina thing and North Carolina thing going. So Don Staley to start off, because that's one of the first female basketball players I ever like grown a liking to. I'm gonna have to go with Lisa Leslie. I'm gonna be toxic because I would get, and a lot of people say that they feel like that's a bandwagon, but Lisa Leslie, from what I've seen, has always had the dog in her, and for her to be the first woman to dunk in a game, and me seeing that at a young age, I don't know if I seen it live or if I seen it like the week right after it happened, but I remember seeing that game leading up to that dunk. She was cooking that whole game before she even dunked it. So Lisa, um, mm, now I always get stuck between Maya Moore and Candace Parker, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say, as far as new age right now, Caitlin Clark. I just want to put my bid in for Caitlin Clark as being the probably Caitlin and Angel Reese being the new generation goats. But top five: Don Staley, Lisa Leslie. I forgot Reggie Miller's sister's first name.
Cheryl Miller.
Kara Miller, Lisa Leslie, Don Staley. We got Maya Moore,
Yes.
and this last one. I'm really conflicted. This last one, what is her name? What is her name? What is her name? I'm gonna have to go with Skylar Diggins on that last one. No, 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 no. Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. I'm being bandwagon approach. I'm being the bandwagon appeal. Who would be my fifth?
Yeah,
It's girl that play for no Liz Cambridge.
that's very controversial.
That's very controversial. I take that back. I forgot she was. I didn't know she was being mean to people like that.
I mean, she did score 53 points in the game, but she very controversial right now.
Very controversial right now. Now that fifth will probably go to I won't have a fifth. We'll stick with those four for right now. That fifth is interchangeable. It's yet to come. It might be Caitlin Clark, but I don't want to be because they're gonna be like, she's too new. But
Yeah, for sure. Because like I would say, I agree with the Maya Moore. That is my goat. I will say that forever. Like her, Ivory Latta for me.
I forgot about Ivory.
Oh no! You
I might
can't
have been. Ivory went for like 80 one time, didn't she? A 70, 60 or something.
you can't forget Ivory.
Like she from the Carolinas too, right?
Yes, she got to be in the Hall of Fame.
I'm sorry, Ivory. I'm so sorry.
So my
Shout out to-
question.
I'm sorry. Let me say some Charlotte honorable mention. Shout out to Abria Harris, Alexis Hampton, Latondra Morrow, some other Charlotte basketball females that I love that I really like too. But what you were saying?
I love Lexus. I remember Lexus when she was at Cape Fear. So remember her from when I saw her at Cape Fear Community, and then she went into I think. Oh, please correct me if I'm wrong. Belmont Abbey. Ooh.
Yeah, I can't remember. I thought it was. I'm pretty sure. I had a game winning shot at Belmont Abbey College on Welch College, just like a big college tournament. That was. I ain't gonna forget that one.
So my question is, so how what's it like to be considered a icon in the Carolinas?
Um, it's a very controversial tag to have. With me personally, I think I have like Kanye West energy, Jimmy Butler energy, Russell Westbrook energy. So I'm very in there. I don't have it in the middle. It's either you really like me or you really don't understand me and you think you don't like me. But with the rapport that I've built since I lead with positivity, and normally, I might heckle and I might talk crazy on the court, but people know my true character. People know I'm a great person at heart. It's a great thing. I think some people it can be given. I think I earned that right or earned the title a little bit, but I love it. I love the fact that so this past celebrity game that we just had, and you were there. We got a great picture, and I'm supposed to be doing a collage because I did a lot of great pictures that day. But that energy there, just seeing all the other art icons and big names of Charlotte and us all interacting and just that positive energy, it just makes me feel so great. That's kind of something that I've been wanting since 2005, 2006. And this was a time where the east and west, south and north side of Charlotte couldn't even be in the same building at one point without it being controversy. So like I really love the fact that basketball has become such a widespread thing and it has become back popularized in Charlotte, North Carolina. And people want to be basketball content creators. I just love the fact that that spotlight is creating togetherness and unity a little bit more. So I love the fact that Charlotte, all the Charlotte greats are able to come together on a consistent basis now and actually, create something. And, that's like, that's all I ever wanted, to be honest.
For sure, because I noticed like when I moved to Charlotte, like I mean it's a huge city, but there was so many hoopers all over the place. I'm like, yo, I didn't realize like
The big,
Wilmington has hoopers, but Charlotte have hoopers are hoopers. Like they take it so
hey,
seriously. So
and where you from again? Where you guys at?
I used to live in Wilmington. So of course everybody would say like, "Oh, you used to live where Michael Jordan went to high school." I'm like, yeah, but I mean,
I love, oh my God, right, Riceville Beach. And man, I love that whole area is just, I'm jealous of you because that's a great place to go back to. Hometown vibes, like, you, what?
bad. I'll take Charlotte for it. I'll take Charlotte over Wilmington. I just like the city. I like the opportunities that has presented, and I love the basketball culture there. So, and with Charlotte basketball culture, what's that like to see it continue to grow, especially with the pro-ams and the So True Classic and all the other like
Yeah.
basketball.
I
Like,
talked I talked about that too the other like, weeks ago. I love that the Charlotte basketball culture has almost doubled or tripled. It's way more advanced than what it used to be. We have way more group chats, way more leagues now pertaining to basketball. I honestly love it, man. At one point, only like I was saying, at one point you like only the East Side people, like you could only certain people like myself and people who were either big in the high school or people who weren't street affiliated, who were known as like you just known as a hooper. Only certain people can go to different sides of town and play basketball in different sides of town because everything was so territorialized. Everybody, it was so territorial, and so I love the fact, like I was saying, we got people like that you would not even expect playing. Like I didn't even know that we have over 4 or 5 different leagues in Charlotte right now. At one point, we didn't have one. We only had the Pro Am. That was the only league in Charlotte. Now we got Sync League. We got So True. We got. I love it. But Charlotte basketball culture has doubled, has tripled, and I love it. I love the fact that I helped it. I'm a part of it, and I think it's only going to get greater. It's only going to get bigger.
for sure. And correct me if I'm wrong, you're part of the Hezzy fam, right?
I am a Hezzy Fam affiliate. I am because it's a lot of different. I'm a grease factory affiliate through my man Tay GVG. I'm one of those people. I'm cool with everybody now. I have my own conglomerate, the Goats Basketball, but yeah, I'm definitely a part of it, man.
So, what would you say? How has the Hezzy fam and the Greece the collective, how they like made an impact, especially with, you know, as you would as a person and as an athlete and a multi-talented person.
It creates that type of stuff creates a culture for people to be a part of. And sometimes we have to realize that's all that people just want to be a part of something. They want to be included, and so I mean, we had people changing their name to Hezzy. We had people. Shout out to my man GBG here. GBG had people stealing lingo, stealing his shot. We had people stealing concepts from comedy skits and stuff. So when you see imitation, you should definitely be flattered. That's when I start realizing, like, we really have created a subculture, a basketball subculture here in Charlotte, and I'm very proud of it. Now, there's going to be there's going to be ins and outs of it that some people might not like, but from my perspective, I love how big basketball and the business of it is starting to become in college. You just can't deny it now.
For sure. And then you mentioned that you hopefully plan on creating like a content, like let's say content creator league almost like for basketball, especially for female hoopers.
Yeah. So ironically, I have a tryout for my social media content team, and it's going to be a business too. The Goats Basketball is this April 30th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Yes, female players are definitely encouraged to come out, and I am trying to sign a female content creator basketball player before the end of this year. I'm about to put a post up about that today. I would love for you to help me find her.
Yes, 'cause you know what, I do know some folks, so I do know some people. So I mean, I would say I create basketball content, but it's been a while. So,
Nah,
but
yeah. Let me know what's up.
I'm just saying it's been a while. But my question is like, if you had to probably sign, if you had to pick 12 females to be part of that league, who would it be? Female hoopers.
I can't give you 12. I can give you a good 5. Go for Abria Harris. Off real. That's my favorite female hooper right now. Trying to get her to get back into it on a serious note. I like Demiria. I like Caitlin, the shooter. You know Caitlin. Um, Kay Gordo. Give me Kay Gordo with the dreads. And then you can give this don't count because she's the active college basketball player now. I think she just played Caitlin Clark in December. But shout out to my homegirl Nay. She plays for Minnesota right now. She
Mm-hmm.
like that. They're my top 5 current female hoopers right now.
For sure. And you played with Nate. You and
And
Nate were on the
celebrity,
same team.
yeah, we did. We did some celebrity game too. But those are my favorite players until I can get you to get back on the court. Until I can get you.
I,
I'm talking about
I mean, I was on the court the other day. So, but it's just, you gotta, it's just, I just think it's dope to like hopefully get more female hoopers to be part of a league, especially since there's not a lot of leagues that are exclusively for females.
Mm-hmm.
So, but my question is, of all the like, say, the leagues in Charlotte, if you had to like, what would you say is the difference with the leagues, especially in competition wise?
Um. Let's say for So True and for Sync, I would say the two differences. So True has more of the older and more of the original basketball players from Charlotte, more of an older crowd, and I say Sync is more of a lot of the new players, a lot of the new people who just moved here in Charlotte. A lot of the new basketball crowd, they are more that's a big major difference I can say between those two. And then Pro Am is more all around professional athletes, D1 hoopers, college players.
And my question is, since with the NIL has been implemented, how do you feel about the NIL?
I think it's a blessing. It can be a curse for some in some situations, but I think it's a blessing. We have athletes who, for years, have been getting exploited, and their image and likeness has been used for profit. And there is a situation where some students do deserve type of compensation or do deserve some type of back pay for some of the things that they are contributing to as far as the success of these programs in these organizations. So I'm extremely proud of it, but it's just the regulation of it needs to be done right, so we don't have any loopholes. Because one of the biggest things I used to hate back in the day, remember somebody used to get caught for taking gifts or something, they would strip everything away, take all the awards and stuff away. So I don't want anything like that happening anymore. So I definitely like that these are now out because it'll kind of stop that type of thing, those type of things from happening. Remember they took Reggie Bush ring away, came back, took it. You never want to be a part of those type of things because those type of things tarnish your.
Yeah, Reggie needs that Heisman back. Let's just get that out the way. He deserves it back because he was great
Oh, they took
at
Reggie.
USC. So he was
His
Reggie
Heisman is
Bush
crazy.
was,
I don't know why I thought it was like
and then
he was the truth.
and then Louisville, they had to get their trophy vacated from the 2013 championship. So that was crazy. So, but oh, please tell me you're not about to say.
Rick,
Oh, please tell me you're
Rick
not
Pitino had
froze.
his. It froze
Yeah,
for
Rick
5 seconds,
Pitino.
but it's back. It's back. I had
Yeah,
to put my
because
phone
Rick,
on.
because Rick, yeah, but yeah, Rick Pitino, his championship with the 2013 Louisville got taken away and vacated. So, and that was crazy because that was a great team back in the
They
day. So, but say what? And then okay, we having technical difficulties. Oh no, 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 technical
Here we
difficulties.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Look, it said move closer to your Wi-Fi. Let me move closer to the router, guys.
I was about to hit the we having technical difficulties audio for a minute. I was like, this is
No,
so
I'm here.
um so my question for you is you were at Livingstone, and what would you say is the misconception of like the competition from Livingstone, like the division that they're in?
CIAA to D1. People just feel like anything that's not D1 is not competitive or it's not good. And I can say some of the best athletes I've seen were in CIAA. It was a very stacked conference. Speaking of Louisville, it was somebody who had got kicked out of Louisville that played for Shaw that we played against. That was 6'7", 6'8" dog. Oh my God, he was crazy. But yeah, definitely the biggest misconception is that it's not as competitive, and that could be so far from the truth.
Do you hope to see like more HBCU sports and be recognized and have the more opportunities to compete in all the to be able to be viewed on television?
I definitely want to see more HBCUs in the big NCAA tournament. I want to see more representation. I want to see more big recruits and big athletes choosing HBCUs over some of the bigger, more known schools to kind of start a tradition, be original. So I I would say that that starts with them appealing to the right people, you know, to come in, appealing to the crowd. The you know, I don't really like when they use, you know, bandwagon or like um what's the name for it? Cool people appeal. But like just having a set plan on, like, you know, hey guys, come here. This is why you should come here. Giving like great reasons why and setting out a great plan. I don't think there's no reason why like a lot of young kids going forward within any urban community or that are black have no reason not to go to HBCU.
Yeah, because when I tell you, I like went to a couple of the JCSU, which is part of the CIAA. I mean, like, man, everybody was into it. Like, the crowd was into it. So I just, and my question is, you mentioned representation. How important is representation when it comes to sports?
It's extremely important. You have people like Adrian. No, it's not Adrian. What's you got people like Antonio Brown, whereas they have very crazy representation, very controversial things happening in the media. And then you have people like LeBron James, as far as the representation, that has never had a scandal, has never had anything bad on his name publicly. And so it's all about what you're going for and what you care about. Some people who don't care about what people will say, and some people will put themselves in a situation where their brand or their name can be either ridiculed or just talked about in anything other than a positive light. And so LeBron is my biggest example of, you know, for years not having anything on his representation, his legacy, all of that. I respect it. So he's the perfect example of what how you're supposed to represent yourself as an athlete in today's age.
For sure. And with college athletes too, like from your experience, how important is mental health, like especially for student athletes as well as for you in your daily life?
Mental health is one of those things that is a double-edged sword. It is extremely important, and if you don't have a way to practice healthy mental health exercises and habits, you will be codependent upon other people to help you with your health mentally and to, you know, make you feel validated. But mental health is so important that we overlook it with physical health. So I would say if you can't find a way to exercise mentally and get yourself in a great space mentally, it's going to be hard for you. So yeah,
And
put your
how
mental
can
health forward just as much as your physical health.
and especially with like my question is, so speaking of mental health for male athletes, why is it kind of difficult for them to express it, especially if they are going through the a lot and as a male athlete?
Well, I mean, just as men, just as a male, period. It's when you vent sometimes, or when you talk about a lot of things you're going through. Sometimes you can be looked at as you're complaining. Depends on if you're venting to the wrong people. But some people have been scorned or have been rejected at times when they were venting, so it makes them hesitant to open up in the future. So I would say more than anything, find the proper safe space and person, the right person to vent to, the right people. And it may not always be your close friends and family like you think. It may be people that you wouldn't expect, but you definitely got to find that safe space. You definitely got to find a proper, healthy mental environment of a great supporting cast and people around you.
For sure, because and do you hope to see like mental health be more prominent within the athletics?
Yeah, man, we got a lot of athletes, a lot of people who don't like to talk about a lot of things they're going through. I think the biggest thing I don't like within athletes is we got 50% of athletes whose parents have told them that they're supposed to be playing this sport since they were younger. And so we got a lot of people who are playing the sport that they don't really want to play, and they're internalizing a lot of emotions and a lot of anger and resentment. And since they played this sport all their life, and that's all they know, that you know they naturally are, you know, that they naturally are, you know, a football player or a basketball player. And so it's like a personality crisis sometimes. And I feel like if there's anybody that's going through that, find a way to come forward or find a way to express that and let people know what you're going through.
For sure. And so my question is for you is, how would you describe your journey?
Tumultuous retribution roller coaster. My journey is still going, but I say so far right now, I have a lot of the things that I used to complain about and I used to want. at a young age. And I think the problem with a lot of Americans is that we have a disease of more. I want more. We don't know how to be satisfied sometimes. But I can say that I am so content because I've always only wanted to get paid to play basketball, and I went from a bench warmer to a starter. And so there was times I wouldn't even be able to get in the game. I used to just want people to know that I was good, just to see that I could play. And so I'm extremely happy that within my journey, I'm in a space right now where I televise or I broadcast my talents on a daily. You know, it's just it's so enlightening. It's so. My journey is what's the perfect word to put? I would say everlasting, but more than anything, it's very vibrant, very roller coaster. It's very up and down.
And what advice would you give to those that want to do what you want, what that you do, being being an athlete and multi-talented and just getting paid to what they love to do?
I would say don't second guess yourself. Bet on yourself. Invest in yourself faster than you invest in other people and other products and other companies. I would say come up with a plan. You have to be original. You have to be yourself, and you have to stop being so uptight and enjoy your life and enjoy the moments that come and enjoy the moments that you create and the experiences that God brings your way, and just keep it playing.
Where's that mic drop? Where that mic drop? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have this like the little preacher, but like, whoo. So I always ask my guests this question for every episode. Bonafide means authentic. So, what makes Quan that guy, authentic, and why does your story? What makes your story stands out?
Everything about me makes me authentic. I don't live for what social media tells me or what my friend group tells me to do. I live for myself and my own positive intentions and to take care of my family and um, to bring out positivity and my crafts out to the world. But I'm authentic just because I'm me. I don't give you what you want to hear. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I don't give you what you think you should get in the moment. I give you truly me. But my story, honestly, isn't done yet. But I think I have so many new great things to come. Even though I've accomplished a lot, I think a lot of the new things that I'm going to do are going to be history making, groundbreaking to the point where um, we'll forget about a lot of the past accomplishments I've done because I'm just doing great on top of great on top of great. That's the type of environment and mindset I'm trying to put myself in. Like you got a Grammy this year, you getting an Oscar this year. I'm just trying to one up myself every year.
I know that's right. You better let them know. You better let them know.
I need it to.
So, can you let the viewers? This is the shameless plugs moment. So, can you let the viewers know how, where they can find you and support you, and if there's any upcoming events happening for you?
Well, the people you can follow me at where it's at right here at the bottom of the screen at QuanThatGuy, and that's my name on everything. QUAN that guy on everything. Um, you can go subscribe to me on YouTube at that very name, and I have a basketball tryout for my social media team April 30th. I have some new music coming. I have a single coming out next month on the 15th of next month. It was supposed to be a surprise, but I'm just gonna unless you watch this, it will be a surprise. So for the people that watch this episode, they'll know. But I have some new comedy skits that I need you to actually be a part of. I need a female actor for a comedy skit right now, a basketball comedy skit. So you let me know your availability. But
Bet.
new music, new comedy, and new basketball events all this year. Stay tuned, man. Nothing but greatness on the way.
Ooh, greatness is a fact. So, thank you guys for tuning in to a new episode. Of course, shout out to Quan, that guy, for sharing your story. And tune in for upcoming episodes. Be sure to follow Bonafide Her Podcast at
Please.
BonafidHerPodcast on YouTube, on Twitch, and Instagram. You see that. So thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to check out the live replay afterwards. Peace.